Hey, I heard your daughter is also applying to California University. What exactly does she think she's doing?
Huh? What do you mean, what is she doing?
Are you trying to start something here? Listen, the only person from this town who should be applying to such an elite university is Bailey. Your daughter is going to fail anyway, so I suggest she stop while she can.
No, Amy's been working really hard and studying so much. Bailey told me she wants to get in with Amy too.
That's just Bailey showing off, trying to be gracious. She knows for sure she'll be accepted. If anything, it's out of pity for your daughter.
Pity?
Yes, pity. I mean, come on. Bailey's always at the top of her class. She gets fantastic results on the national exams. Amy is, well, she's barely scraping by in the middle of the pack at her school. She doesn't have the skills to get into California University. Not even close.
That's exactly why Amy's been working so hard. Sure, she may not be at that level yet, but if she keeps putting in the effort, who knows? She could get there.
Let's face it, no matter how much an average person tries, it won't matter. California University is a place where only the chosen few can make it. Your daughter isn't in that group.
How can you say such cruel things about someone who's working so hard?
It's not about cruelty, it's about reality. Even if someone without any talent tries their hardest, it's like building a mud ball that will fall apart at the first sign of pressure.
That is just terrible.
I'm just telling the truth. It's better for her to understand the reality of the situation, rather than live in some fantasy world. If anything, that's what you want, as a parent, should be doing.
Amy made the decision to set her own goal, and she's putting in all the work to reach it. As a parent, your job is to support her in that, right? To encourage her to do her best?
And you expect her to waste her time failing repeatedly? If you're okay with that, then fine, but don't get in Bailey's way.
I'm not trying to stop anyone.
You might not be, but the reality is you don't want your daughter to be left behind, right? Bailey's been the best in everything she's done. And I'm telling you, no matter how much your daughter studies, she can't compete with Bailey. Bailey's not just talented, she's driven and she's destined to succeed.
You know what? I am really proud of Amy. She's been working so hard despite everything. She's doing everything in her power to improve, and no one can take that away from her.
That's admirable. But being proud of her doesn't change the reality of things. It doesn't change the fact that there's a massive gap between her and Bailey. No matter how much she tries, it won't make her someone she's not.
You think the gap is too big to close, but that's not for you to decide. It's Amy's choice to keep trying, and it's my job as her parent to stand by her no matter what.
Well, if you really want to keep pushing her forward like this, go ahead. But don't come crying to me when she fails, because I'm telling you, this is how things are going to go.
I'm not going to give up on her just because you don't believe in her. I believe in my daughter, and I will support her every step of the way. If she wants to go for California University, then I will stand by her side, and I'll do everything I can to make sure she has the chance to get there.
You're wasting your time. You'll see when the results come in, and you'll realize that all this effort has been for nothing. But you can keep telling yourself that everything will be fine, even as you watch her fail.
You can say whatever you want, but I won't stop supporting my daughter. She is going to keep going, and one day when she succeeds, I'll be the one standing beside her, proud of how far she's come.
Hey, don't tell me you're getting ahead of yourself, are you?
Huh? What do you mean all of a sudden?
I'm saying that just because Amy scored higher than Bailey on the practice exam, you're getting a little too cocky, aren't you? Your daughter got lucky, but in terms of true ability, there's no way she can beat Bailey.
There is no need to get so worked up about it. Bailey came over to our house the other day, and even though Amy beat her in the practice exam, she didn't seem upset at all. In fact, they were both praising each other. I think that's a good thing, don't you?
How many times do I have to tell you? The two of them are on completely different levels. Bailey is just humoring your daughter. Deep down, she's probably laughing at how little she needs to try compared to Amy.
Bailey's not like that. She's not a mean-spirited person. Why are you, as a parent, talking about her like that?
The smartest person in this town is my daughter. She's the only one who should even think about applying to a prestigious university like California. Your daughter has no place trying to compete. Understand?
It's just pure parental ego, isn't it? Amy, thank you for letting me drive you to the station.
But aren't we a little early?
It's fine. Use the time to study at least. When there's something important coming up, you can always take an earlier train. The best preparation is always to be ready.
Well, I guess so. But here in the middle of nowhere, an earlier train means an hour earlier.
You wouldn't want to risk being late, would you? You've worked so hard for today, after all.
I could have slept a little longer, though. Well, maybe I'll take a walk around the exam venue.
A walk? Aren't you a little too relaxed? At least read through your vocabulary sheets or something.
I'll flip through them on the train. But I'm feeling confident. I've studied a ton.
That's exactly what'll get you into trouble, getting too cocky.
I get it. Anyway, the train's here. I'll get on now. Ah, there's Bailey. I'll go with her. See you later, Mom.
Oh, Bailey's here early too, huh? Oh, good luck. And say hi to Bailey for me.
I will. Thanks. I'll do my best.
Amy, are you okay? Did you manage to catch the train?
You're so overprotective. It's fine. I made it onto the train just fine.
Oh, good to hear. And Bailey?
Well, I wanted to go with her, but it seems like Bailey got nervous and her stomach started hurting. She had to get off and she'll catch the next train.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope she's okay.
The next train will still get her there in time, so I think she'll be fine. Bailey's always been a bit of a nervous person, so it's not unusual. Don't worry. I'm staying in touch with her, so everything's under control.
That's good to know. Well, no matter what, good luck with the exam.
Thanks, Mom. I'll do my best. So, today is a big day, the day of the exam. How do you think Amy is doing now, considering that she's been falling behind Bailey ever since that time?
But Amy has been steadily improving her mock exam results. She's been working hard and making progress. Bailey has been doing the same. Both of them have been pushing each other to work harder. There's a sense of healthy competition between them, one that's driven them both to do their best.
Let's be real here. Amy's been losing all along, hasn't she? Maybe she cheated on that mock exam. It's the only explanation, right? Because after all, there's no doubt that Bailey is the superior one. Bailey has consistently been the top of her class, and her results speak for themselves.
Why is it so difficult for you to acknowledge their efforts? Amy and Bailey have both been putting in a lot of work. Both of them have been striving to achieve their goals, and there is no reason for the two of us to be at odds over this. Why can't we just celebrate their hard work regardless of who's ahead?
I think you're just jealous of Bailey. You can't stand that she's excelling not only academically, but also in sports. You've always resented her for that, haven't you? And now you're trying to get your daughter into the same prestigious university as Bailey? You're desperately trying to resist the fact that Bailey will likely be the one to succeed. You're fighting an uphill battle.
Huh? What are you even talking about? That's not what I'm thinking at all. Amy wanted to apply to California University, and I simply wanted to respect her wishes. She's the one who made the decision to apply, and as her parent, my job is to support her, not impose my own will. I'm not using my child to fulfill some sort of personal agenda. I'm not forcing her into something she doesn't want to do.
Oh, I know exactly what's going on here. You're jealous of Bailey's success, aren't you? You can't stand the fact that she's always at the top, and now you're trying to use your daughter to prove something. It's so obvious. And you know what? It doesn't matter anyway. Amy will probably fail her exam. That's just the reality of it. But I'll make sure she learns a valuable lesson about what happens when she tries to compete with my daughter.
What? What do you mean by that?
Well, you see, I've made sure that Amy won't be able to make it to the exam today. I pressed the emergency stop button on the train your daughter was on. She's not going to pass the exam, not today. And that's it. My daughter wins this round. It's as simple as that.
What, are you serious? What are you talking about?
Let me explain. You see, there are only a few trains that run from this small town to the exam venue. If the train has to make an emergency stop and doesn't get back on schedule, there's a chance that your daughter won't be able to make her transfer on time. And if she misses the transfer, then she'll be late. And if she's late, she won't be able to take the exam. It's as simple as that. I've made sure that it will happen. Your daughter won't even get the chance to sit the exam today. You can forget about it.
No, this can't be happening. I can't believe you would do something like this. This is beyond what I expected. How far are you willing to go just to sabotage my daughter's future?
I'm not doing this to sabotage her. I'm simply eliminating the competition. Your daughter has no business trying to compete with mine. She's not in the same league, and she never will be. I'm just making sure things stay fair. If you're going to send your daughter up against Bailey, you need to know what you're up against.
Hold on, you are wrong about this. You are clearly mistaken. I just don't understand how you can do something so underhanded. Look, I don't know how to break this to you, but your daughter is the one on that train.
What? What are you talking about?
Yes, that's right. Your daughter's the one on the train that made an emergency stop. Amy is not on that train.
That can't be right. I made sure Bailey got on an earlier train. I saw her leave an hour ago, so she should be fine. She shouldn't be on that train at all.
Actually, Amy also got on the earlier train. I think you've misunderstood. Amy ran into Bailey on the platform at the station. They both saw each other, and it seems that Bailey was feeling nervous and had stomach pains. She ended up saying she would take the next train and went off to the restroom. She couldn't take the pressure anymore.
What? Are you saying that Bailey is the one on the train now?
Yes, that's right. Bailey is on the train now, and she's heading toward the exam venue. And guess what? There are other students on the train too, heading to their respective exams. How do you plan to handle this situation? Are you going to take responsibility for what's happened?
Wait a minute. I need to confirm this with Bailey. This doesn't make any sense. I can't believe this is happening. Wait, what should I do? Should I tell the station about this?
For now, there's no other choice, right? We need to get the train moving as soon as possible. There are already so few trains in this rural area.
I just told them, but they said they need to do a safety check first. What do I do? Bailey!
What have you done? Not just to Bailey, but you've caused trouble for so many other students too. How do you plan to take responsibility for this?
Take responsibility? I had the right to press the emergency stop button, didn't I? I just pressed what was provided, and now you're saying I have to take responsibility?
Huh? You pressed it on purpose, didn't you? If that's the case, you are definitely responsible.
No, I didn't press it on purpose. I thought I saw an animal on the tracks.
Huh?
So I just pressed the button. I thought it was dangerous. If the train caused an accident and it affected the exam, it would be a big deal. I didn't press the button with bad intentions.
So now you're trying to save yourself? What kind of mentality do you have? Listen, it would be easy to prove that you pressed the button on purpose. I have our conversation to back it up.
No, I was just joking earlier. Wasn't that obvious? I didn't press the button at all.
Huh?
Well, the train really did make an emergency stop, but it was just a nasty coincidence, right? At least I didn't press the emergency stop button.
So now you're going to pretend that you didn't press it? Honestly, is this really the time to be coming up with excuses for self-preservation? What about Bailey and the other students? They're still stuck on the train.
Well, that's not my responsibility. If I explain the situation properly, they should forgive me.
Stop messing around, would you?
The train seems to have started moving. That's a relief. With a delay like this, I should still make it to the exam venue in time.
But you're going to miss the train transfer. You said that yourself, remember?
Ah!
I arranged for a taxi. I'll pick up the students at the next stop and go directly to the exam venue. If that's the case, Bailey will still make it in time.
Huh? Really? Thanks. You're quite generous, huh?
What? I'll charge you the full amount later.
Huh?
Of course, I'm covering for your mistake here. You're not a kid anymore. You should take responsibility for your actions. Do you seriously not feel embarrassed after all the excuses you've been making?
What's with you? Why are you getting so worked up? This is ridiculous.
Are you feeling cornered? You know you messed up, and now you're just trying to play it cool and laugh it off, right? I'm making you cover the taxi fares for all the students. You have no objections, right?
I do have objections. There's no way I can pay for all that on my own. Besides, I wasn't the one who pushed the button.
Listen, a lot of the students were on that train, so there should be a witness. And the security cameras on the platform should have recorded the moment you pressed the emergency stop button.
Huh?
Even in the countryside, they've got cameras installed. With that kind of evidence, are you still going to refuse to pay for the taxi fares?
No, I mean, I never thought it would go this far.
Even if things had gone your way and Bailey wasn't on the train and Amy was instead, it would have ended up like this anyway. Other students would have been inconvenienced. Didn't you think about that?
I just made a snap decision. Everyone does that kind of thing sometimes, right?
Sure, everyone can make a stupid decision in the heat of the moment, but part of being an adult is taking full responsibility for it.
No, I can't afford that. Wait, I need to contact Bailey.
I've already arranged a taxi for Bailey too. Don't worry, they'll make it in time.
Forget about that. It's a taxi fare that's the issue. Don't let Bailey take a taxi.
Huh?
I'm not paying for Bailey's fare. If they can rent a bike somewhere, they'll make it in time. I'll have Bailey tell the other students to rent bikes too.
Rent a bike? Sure, there are bikes to rent near the station, but do you really think there will be enough for all the students?
So anyone who can't make it in time can just take a taxi, right? But I'm only paying for the bike rentals. If they could have taken a bike, choosing a taxi was their decision.
Shouldn't we be doing everything we can to make sure the students get to the exam on time? I'm pretty sure they won't make it in time if they ride bikes.
But I can't pay for a taxi. It's not my fault, right? Anyone who wants to take a taxi cab. But if they choose to take a bike, it's on them. If they want to take a taxi, that's on them too, right?
This is disgusting. How selfish can you be? Aren't you thinking about Bailey or the other students' futures?
I'm paying for the bike rentals, aren't I? I'm doing the right thing here.
If you're serious about that, then there is nothing more to be said.
I might be able to manage the bike rentals for the students. I'll contact my husband for now. Hey, wait a second. Did you say something to your husband?
Huh? What do you mean by say something? I don't know anything about that. I don't even have his contact information, so how could I have said anything?
That's a lie. There's no way that he's that upset for no reason. You must have said something unnecessary, didn't you? This doesn't make any sense at all. He's completely out of control.
What do you mean by upset? In what way? How am I supposed to know what he's feeling?
It's obviously about Bailey. He's probably furious because you stopped the train. What were you thinking when you did that? It's reckless. You can't just act on impulse like that.
Wait, Bailey told him?
Huh? Bailey? Did she really?
Yes, I just got off the phone with Amy, and Bailey apparently saw you press the emergency stop button. I'm not making this up. She saw it happen with her own eyes.
Huh?
I can't believe it. I didn't think anyone would notice. I didn't think anyone would even be paying attention. But when you think about it, it does make sense. I mean, you stopped the train while Bailey was on it. It's no surprise that she would tell someone, especially when it directly affected her and the rest of the students. Apparently, Bailey told her father about what happened. And by the way, Bailey and all the other students ended up taking taxis to the exam location. They didn't want to ride bikes, obviously. It would have taken too long and been too difficult. And you're the one responsible for covering the cost, by the way.
My husband's been talking about a divorce now. If that happens, then paying for all of this is going to be impossible for me. I won't be able to cover that kind of expense. How could I possibly manage?
Well, that's your responsibility, isn't it? You're an adult, after all. If you caused this mess, then you need to take responsibility and handle it yourself. I'm not the one who pressed the button, so why should I have to step in and solve this for you?
What? Are you really going to stand there and let Bailey lose her mother because of this? Don't you care about her at all? Is that really what you want to happen?
You think that a mother who cares more about her own money and avoiding the consequences of her actions is more important than her daughter's future? If that's the case, maybe you're right. Maybe it'd be better for Bailey if she didn't have to deal with someone like you.
It's all your fault. You're the one who caused this. If you hadn't done that, none of this would have happened.
You can't seriously be blaming me for this, can you? You're the one who pressed the emergency stop button. You're the one who caused the train to stop. If you hadn't done that, none of this would have unfolded the way it did. It's not like I had any control over your actions.
Fine. You want to blame me? Go ahead. But I'm willing to admit that I made a huge mistake. I really regret what I did. I didn't think about the consequences at all. So please, can you help me patch things up with my husband? I'll do whatever it takes. I know I messed up.
I don't have any obligation to do that. Why should I help you fix your marriage when you're the one who created this mess in the first place?
Come on, please. Just this once, can't you help me out? I know what I did was awful, but I really want to make things right. I'll do better from now on. I just need you to help me smooth things over with him.
Ugh, help you? Really? You want me to help you after everything that's happened? Do you really think that someone like you who's made so many selfish decisions can just change overnight? I highly doubt it. Even if you try to better yourself, it'll probably just be a fleeting attempt, like a mud pie that falls apart at the first touch. Oh, thank goodness. Did all the students make it to the exam in time?
Yeah, Bailey and the others made it too. It was a bit of a rush, but everything worked out fine in the end. The exam itself didn't face any issues.
Oh, I'm so relieved. I was so worried about them missing it.
Honestly, the students were actually lucky they ended up taking a taxi. Everyone was saying how much of a blessing it was, considering how packed the trains were today. There was no way they would have made it on time otherwise.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. So, how did the exam go for you?
I'm feeling super confident. I think I nailed it. Bailey and I worked really hard together. We studied nonstop for this, and I know we're both ready for whatever comes next.
That's wonderful! I'm so happy for you! How did Bailey do? Was she feeling good about it?
Yeah, Bailey is also feeling really confident. She said it went well, so I think we both have a good shot at getting into California University. Of course, we can't say for sure until we get the results, but we've both worked so hard, so I believe we'll make it.
You both have worked so hard together, and I have seen your determination. I'm sure that the two of you will be able to achieve your goals and get into that university. I believe in you.
Thanks, Mom. That means a lot to me. And you know, I also learned an important lesson today.
Huh? What lesson?
It's something you always tell me. From now on, whenever I have something important to do, I'll always make sure to take an earlier train and give myself more time. I don't ever want to risk being late again.
Monica found herself at the center of a massive scandal that she had, unfortunately, helped create. The trouble began when a group of students, all of whom were preparing for their exams, got caught up in a mess involving Monica. Their parents, understandably upset, took legal action against her for the mishap, which led to Monica taking full responsibility for the incident. To settle the dispute and make amends in some way, she decided to pay for all the taxi fares that had been incurred due to the mess. What seemed like a small attempt at reconciling the situation soon escalated into a financial nightmare. The amount she ended up paying was enormous, and because Monica wasn't working at the time, she had no way of covering such a hefty sum. This resulted in her falling deep into debt, something that she could not have anticipated. Her financial situation quickly spiraled out of control, and as it worsened, she found herself sinking further into a hole. Debt collectors began to hound her relentlessly, and she had nowhere to turn to for help. The pressure mounted and the stress from the situation took its toll on Monica. At the same time, the fallout from the scandal didn't end with just the financial burden. Monica's husband, unable to deal with the stress and the shame of being associated with her actions, made the decision to divorce her. The emotional strain from the scandal and the mounting debts became too much for their marriage to handle. Monica's husband told her that he couldn't continue living with her and that the relationship was beyond repair. Monica, devastated by this, had no choice but to accept the painful reality. The situation only continued to worsen when her daughter, Bailey, learned of Monica's actions. Bailey, who had once looked up to her mother, felt utterly betrayed. She couldn't fathom how her mother had allowed herself to get so caught up in the scandal, and the decision to sever all ties with Monica came swiftly. In a heartbreaking conversation, Bailey told her mother that she could no longer be a part of her life. She declared that she would cut all ties with Monica, effectively ending their mother-daughter relationship. This emotional rejection hit Monica hard, but she understood that it was a consequence of her own actions. As if that wasn't enough, Monica was also kicked out of her home. With her family and friends turning their backs on her and no income to support herself, she found herself homeless. The very people who had once been close to her were now gone, and Monica was left completely alone. With nowhere to go and no one willing to help her, she was forced to wander the streets, aimlessly drifting from place to place. The weight of her debts and the constant fear of the debt collectors closing in on her made every day a struggle. Monica's life had taken a dramatic turn, and she found herself trapped in the consequences of her own decisions. Monica's story is a sad and cautionary tale of how self-centeredness and a lack of consideration for others can lead to one's downfall. She had spent much of her life thinking only of her own interests, disregarding the feelings and needs of those around her. In her pursuit of selfish goals, she never stopped to consider the consequences of her actions on the people who cared about her. Now, as she wandered aimlessly with no one to help her, it was clear that she was facing the full force of her own irresponsibility. This was her comeuppance, and it was undeniable that she had brought this situation upon herself. Her life had unraveled because of her choices, and there was no one left to offer her any sympathy or support. On the other hand, the lives of Monica's daughters, Amy and Bailey, took a much more positive turn. Despite everything that had happened with their mother, Amy and Bailey were able to focus on their education and make something of themselves. Both of them had worked extremely hard to pass their university entrance exams, dedicating themselves to their studies with unwavering determination. Their efforts paid off when they both succeeded in gaining acceptance into universities, and they were able to start fresh, free from the burdens that had weighed down their mother. Their success was no accident. It was the result of countless hours of study, sacrifices, and a dedication to their futures. Both of them performed exceptionally well in their university courses, earning top grades and making their families proud. As they settled into their new lives at university, Amy and Bailey enjoyed a strong, supportive relationship with each other. They shared their experiences, supported one another through challenges, and found joy in their accomplishments. Their bond was unbreakable, and they were able to make the most of their university experiences, thriving academically and personally. What made Amy and Bailey's success all the more meaningful was the fact that their relationship was based on mutual respect and support. Unlike Monica, who had been solely focused on herself, Amy and Bailey had chosen a different path. They had forged a strong partnership where they worked together, encouraged each other, and celebrated their achievements as a team. Their bond was built on cooperation, not competition, and it showed in their academic success and personal fulfillment. While many people might have struggled with the challenges they faced, Amy and Bailey were able to navigate those obstacles with grace because they knew they had each other to rely on. Their story serves as a reminder of the importance of building strong, supportive relationships, especially in times of difficulty. Rather than seeing others as rivals, Amy and Bailey chose to work together toward their shared goals. This spirit of collaboration, rather than individual competition, allowed them to thrive in ways that Monica, who had always been focused on herself, could have never imagined. In a world that often encourages people to compete against each other, the story of Amy and Bailey shows the power of teamwork and mutual respect. Their success was not solely the result of their individual efforts, but of their ability to work together and support each other through the ups and downs of life. They understood that success is not about beating others, but about growing together, learning from each other, and pushing each other to be better. As Monica continues to wander the streets, isolated from her family and left to face the consequences of her actions, she may come to realize the true cost of her selfishness. Perhaps in time she will reflect on the importance of the relationships she had once taken for granted. In contrast, Amy and Bailey, who have built their success on a foundation of mutual respect and shared effort, will continue to grow and thrive, using their experience to guide them through the rest of their lives. In the end, the path that Monica chose led to her isolation and despair, while Amy and Bailey's journey together filled them with purpose and promise. Monica's downfall serves as a stark warning to anyone who believes that success can be achieved at the expense of others. Meanwhile, Amy and Bailey's bright futures are a testament to the power of cooperation, understanding, and the importance of nurturing healthy, supportive relationships. Their success wasn't just about academic achievements, but about the strength of their bond and their commitment to each other. This contrast in their lives is a powerful reminder that the choices we make, the relationships we build, and the way we treat others have lasting consequences. By choosing to work together and support one another, Amy and Bailey have shown that the path to true success lies not in competition, but in collaboration. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.